Software is now written by AI, and the exact same shift has just come on over to graphic design. OpenAI just released ChatGPT Images 2.0, and in today's video, I'm going to be putting it head-to-head against Nano Banana 2. Now, prior to GPT Images 2.0, Nano Banana 2, built by Google, is the best performing image-based model. But in today's video, we're going to see if that's still true or not. So in this video, I'm going to put them head-to-head, and we're going to test them out specifically for business applications. E-commerce ads, YouTube thumbnails, and Instagram cover images. So stay until the end and you'll know exactly which one to use, when to use them, and how to set them up for yourself in under 10 minutes. Now, if you're new to the channel, my name's Rahul and I run a 6-figure AI automation agency based in London, and my clients are saving tens of thousands of dollars every single year, as well as 15 to 20 hours every single week with our AI systems. And I document everything here on this channel. Now, if you want to see exactly how these systems can benefit you and your business, then hit the top link in the description below to book in a completely free AI consultation call with myself. Okay, so first we're going to start by configuring the skills. We're going to set up one skill within Claude Code, which will allow us to compare the two models side by side. So we're going to be using both of these models through File.ai, which allows us to integrate Nano Banana 2 and also GPT Images 2. And this will allow us to do an accurate side-by-side comparison. So let's actually go ahead and build out the skill. So I'm going to, of course, use the trusty Whisper flow here. The skill name should be Add Graphics, and we should be able to input the model that we want to use, whether that be Nano Banana 2 or GPT Images 2.0. And it should select only the correct model from File.ai. And then we will enter the URL of an e-commerce website that we want to take the product from, and we want to turn that into an ad with a static image. So please create that skill for me and let me know if you have any questions. Okay, so whilst that's processing that, now if you're not familiar with what skills are in Claude Code, I highly recommend you look into them. Essentially what it is it's taking an SOP, a standard procedure that we would follow within the business for building out things like ad graphics or for creating YouTube thumbnails or for scripting videos. And it turns that into a specific skill that we use within Claude Code. Now you can see here it's asking us to actually clarify a few things. So I'm just going to go through these questions step by step. In terms of the product image extraction, it should take the images from the URL that we provide, and it should be able to create something for that specific brand. It will take the images, but also the text on the page, understand the brand in order to create suitable ad graphics. Then for question number 2, in terms of the ad style, I want to go with something cinematic, sleek, modern, professional, something that really stands out and looks modern and clean and minimal would be perfect for the ads. It needs to have perfect lighting, look cinematic is really awesome. Then for the question number 3, we want it to be square, so 1:1 aspect ratio is perfect. Then number 4, the output content, or count, sorry. We should have 3 thumbnails output, and it needs to open those thumbnails within preview on my MacBook as soon as it's finished creating them. There's no budget cap per session. For question number 5, the output location, desktop is perfect. Then in terms of the model IDs, those models, it looks good for Nano Banana 2, but we need GPT Images 2.0, not GPT Image 1. So please check that and confirm that with me. In terms of composition, it should just be product with background, minimal text. Minimal text or sometimes even no text. You can make the decision there based on what you think is best. Let me know if you have any other questions. Perfect, so now we've fed in all of our answers to those questions. You can see that Whisper Flow transcribed that perfectly, and it saves so much time instead of having to type all of that information out. So we'll just give that a minute to run. Okay, perfect. Now the skill has been created. It actually gives us information on how to actually invoke the skill, and we can say make ads from example URL using Nano Banana 2 or using GPT Image 2. And then it will go ahead and create the ads. So let's go ahead and actually give it a test. So what I've done is I've selected the ad graphics skill and I've said make ads from magic.fit using Nano Banana 2. So we're going to go ahead and run that. So it should be scraping through this product website, seeing exactly what they offer, actually pulling images from here as well to be able to use within the ads. And that's exactly what we can see it's doing. It's running the skills, scraping magic.fit first, and it's analyzing all of that data, extracting the images, and then it should be going to use Nano Banana 2 to actually create those ads. So let's just give it a minute to run. Okay, now that first command has just finished running. I'm not going to show you the images just yet. I'm going to run it for GPT Images 2.0 first. Okay, now whilst this is running, I'm going to open a couple tabs so we can build the other couple skills that we're going to test out as well. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be testing out the graphics for 3 different categories: Instagram cover, e-commerce ad, and YouTube thumbnail. So we've already built out the e-commerce ad skill, but we're now going to do that for Instagram cover and YouTube thumbnail. So we're going to head on over here. We're going to start up our Claude Code. We're going to start up 2 instances just so we have it for each of these skills. And I'm going to feed in detail for it to build out the skills in here. Create a YouTube thumbnail skill, but name it test thumbnail. Use our existing YouTube thumbnail skill to build up a bit more of an idea of what we're looking for. And we want to be able to call the skill, so it should be called test thumbnail. And then we need to feed in a bit more information about what sort of thumbnail we're looking for YouTube. And then also give it the model we want it to use. So whether that's Nano Banana 2 or GPT Images 2.0. And it must only use the specific model that we select, please. Okay, so we've gone ahead and run that prompt, so it's just going to go ahead and build up that skill. Now let's create another one for Instagram covers. Create a skill for Instagram covers. It should be a portrait image which fits Instagram's aspect ratio. You can take information from the YouTube thumbnail skill that we already have to understand images of me, and you can use those images. And the idea is we would call Instagram cover as the skill name, and we need to feed in a bit more information about what we're looking for, the concept of the Instagram content, and then also feed in exactly what model we want to use, whether that be Nano Banana 2 or GPT Images 2.0. And you must only use the model that we actually select, please. Perfect, so now we're running that and we're building up that skill. So let's go ahead and just answer this question. So we'll just say yes. And awesome, now all 3 of these things are running simultaneously side by side. Now this is the main benefit of actually using Claude Code through the terminal. You can run things simultaneously, so you're not actually waiting like you would be if you were using the Claude desktop app, where you can only run 1 instance at a time. Okay, perfect, so the test thumbnail skill has been built out. Let's actually go ahead and call it now. So test thumbnail. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna feed in a bit more information. Okay, so I've fed in this information. I've said that the video title is how I built my own Jarvis using Claude Code, and it should use the Nano Banana 2 model. Now, obviously in practice, when you actually go to use these skills for actual videos or actual graphics that you want to create, you would give a lot more context, but we're just keeping it super simple for now and just going to go ahead and run that. Now I'm just going to queue up the next one, which is a variation for GPT Images 2.0. And here I'm just going to tick off yes and allow. And perfect, here the skill has now been built. So we're going to go ahead and call that Instagram cover, and I'm just going to copy this information from here, and then I'm going to queue another one, and we're going to copy this information from here. And now I'll let those all run, and we should have some images created. Okay, so whilst that's processing, let's just do a quick pause here. If you're already thinking about how this could be leveraged within your business, then don't wait until the end. You can hit the top link in the description below to book in a completely free AI strategy call with myself. I will personally map out exactly what AI and what Claude Code could replace within your workflow. We've personally saved our clients tens of thousands of dollars every single year and about 15 to 20 hours every single week. So if that's something that you're interested in discussing, then feel free to book in a call. If not, then no worries, let's get back to the video. Okay, now all of the commands have finished running, but something interesting actually happened here where it couldn't process the GPT Image 2 commands because it kept timing out using Fowl's MCP. I think the MCP seemed to have a 90-second time limit, which kept being exceeded by GPT Image 2.0. And the same happened for the Instagram covers here as well. But funnily enough, on the left-hand side here, for the ad graphics, it actually figured out a patch to overcome that issue. So you can see in here, it actually says MCP tool capped at 90 seconds. GPT Image 2 needs longer. So it's switching to direct Fowl API via curl with Q. So what I've done in order to fix the issue with the YouTube thumbnails and the Instagram cover images is I took the fix that it found, which was to patch the skill using Fowl Q API via curl for that specific model, which is obviously GPT Images 2.0. I then copied this, I took that over here and I said try it again and try using this fix. And I've done the same over here. So it applied the fix in both scenarios and it then worked. That was just something interesting I thought I mentioned in case you guys want to actually try it out for yourself. But what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be going through each category and crowning a winner. So obviously let's go ahead and see who wins. So we'll start off with the Instagram covers. So here on the right hand side we have Nano Banana, and on the left hand side we have GPT Images 2.0. Okay, so throughout all of these images the prompting was exactly the same, but obviously the outputs are different based on the different models. You can see that GPT actually adds some more textures, so we can see closely here, you can see that there's more texture actually added to the text in comparison to Nano Banana, which just has kind of plain white text and then a sort of plain gradient background rather than this entire textured background. Now that's obviously a super small thing. To be honest, in both cases here, the images are very, very good. I think that Nano Banana is probably just slightly better in terms of the actual lighting that it's putting on the image, because that looks a lot better on my face. And here, in terms of the quality, it's probably not as good as if we zoom in, and we zoom in on this side. You can see that the quality of my face in terms of the skin textures are better with Nano Banana in comparison to GPT. So I guess from the first image here, Nano Banana is the clear winner. Now if we come on over to the next image, we can see again, GPT Images 2.0 adds a bit more texture to the background and the text in comparison to Nano Banana here, which doesn't add that texture. But it added a little bit more into the background in terms of this sort of diagram, actually showing the dashboard. And then again, the lighting is a lot better on my face in comparison to GPT. And then if we zoom into my face, we can see that the quality with Nano Banana is just a lot better in terms of the lighting on my face and also the textures with the skin. You can see here that it's a little bit pixelated. The quality, the resolution isn't as good in comparison to Nano Banana. And you can also see that the lighting here on my shirt is a lot better with Nano Banana in comparison to with GPT. Now, that's not to say that GPT is bad. It's actually, they're both pretty good. But I think that Nano Banana is a clear winner with this one as well. Now, finally, if we come on over to the next image, this is a different pose of me. And again, you can see that there's more textures here with GPT. Again, adding more texture to the text. And then here, there's no texture with Nano Banana. But you can see here with GPT, it's actually got a lot more detail in terms of saying Jarvis Assistant, /init, /plan, build, test, deploy, help. It's actually got text in the background in comparison to this one, which just has a diagram with just kind of placeholder information. Now, if we zoom into my face here, you can see that the lighting with Nano Banana is a lot better in comparison to how it is with GPT Images 2.0. But to be honest, I do actually prefer the font and the style here with GPT in comparison to how it is with Nano Banana. I think with Nano Banana, it looks a lot more AI generated and it looks a lot more unrealistic than it does with GPT. So I think here, GPT is the clear winner for me. So overall, with the Instagram cover images, Nano Banana is still the winner, but GPT is definitely close in second. So let's go ahead and allocate Nano Banana as the winner here. Now next, if we come on over to the ad graphics designed for magic.fit, you can see here, again, Nano Banana on the right-hand side, GPT on the left. Now you can see off the first image, GPT has a lot more detail in terms of the shadows, in terms of the lighting, and they've actually put a person within the frame, actually a real person in comparison to Nano Banana here, which just has a sort of avatar of a person. So personally, for this first image, I think that GPT is the clear winner. Now, if we move on to the next one, now we can see here with GPT, the actual background in the scenario is way, way better than it is with Nano Banana. Nano Banana just has a super minimal sort of scenario built out here. GPT actually has a lot more going on here with dumbbells in the foreground, which are actually blurred out a lot more. And you can see that the focus is more on the background. You can see that there are plants. It's actually a lot nicer in terms of the scenario. The lighting is really nice. You've also got good lighting here with Nano Banana, but then you just have a very, very sort of plain surrounding area. Now, also the reflection here with Nano Banana is actually very, very good. It actually captures the reflection of the window, which is obviously on this side here. And then it has the actual room, which reflects exactly what it's showing through here as well. Now, of course, there's a clear problem here with the woman's head actually coming out of the mirror. Now, obviously, testing out these AI models with mirrors is a lot more demanding on their capabilities. But overall, just because of the fact that this woman's head is poking out of the mirror, we can't obviously use this as a graphic. So we're going to have to allocate Nano Banana as the winner here. So at the moment, it's 1-1 for the ad graphics. Now next we can move on to the final ad graphic, and we see again that this woman's head is popped out of the mirror, which just doesn't make sense. I think GPT is a little bit confused in terms of how to handle the mirror and handle the entire reflection going on there. So of course, Nano Banana is the clear winner in terms of how it's been done. You can see that Nano Banana also has the reflection in the floor with the mirror. So for reflections, Nano Banana is clearly very, very good at processing those, whereas GPT is just not processing reflections as good, as you can see here with the woman obviously being cut out of the frame. So again, in terms of the ad graphics, Nano Banana is the clear winner. But I suppose if the product wasn't a mirror or there weren't many reflections involved, then GPT could have probably won. But in this case, Nano Banana is just a clear winner because it's handled the reflections really well. So we can check that off as the winner here. Now, for the YouTube thumbnail, let's take a look at who wins there. So again, on the right-hand side here, we have Nano Banana, and on the left, we have GPT. Now, first impressions here, we can see that my face in this image is just not really how it looks. And then you can see here again with Nano Banana, I just look a lot fatter than usual. But this image here is pretty accurate in terms of how I look. And same here. I mean, this is an image that we actually fed into the system, so it's just taken that and copied that. This is one which is actually partially AI generated. I think it's taken an image like this and it's basically adjusted my face and adjusted the hand position. So that's pretty good in terms of what it's done there. Again, with GPT, it's added a bit more texture to the text, which I actually quite like in terms of the textures. Also in the background here, it's got a bit more in terms of texture in comparison to Nano Banana, which doesn't add that texture. And not having that texture does make it seem a little bit more AI generated. So I think GPT is actually pretty good in terms of adding textures. It's just that the resolution is probably not as good as it is with Nano Banana here. So honestly, with this one, it's a pretty close draw, I'd say. I'd say it's pretty even. So I'm going to call it a draw, and I'm going to see how it pans out with the other images, and we can decide from there. Okay, so here it's actually pretty interesting. You can see that Nano Banana hasn't created the lighting as well as it usually does. Whereas here with GPT, the lighting is still not perfect. It's actually pretty similar to how it is with Nano Banana, but the textures and everything, the detail on the actual dashboard is a lot better than it is here with Nano Banana. I think that the main problem with GPT is just that the resolution isn't high enough, which we can probably fix with a couple prompts. But here I've got to give GPT as the clear winner just because of the detail in the laptop I think is a lot better. Okay, so now we move on to the next one. We can see that in terms of lighting, neither of them are perfect, but definitely GPT is definitely the best one here. Nano Banana just doesn't have the lighting doing very well at all. And then also if we come into my elbow has actually been cut off, which is not ideal. Whereas we can see here, my elbow has been covered by this iPhone, which is amazing. And we can actually zoom into the text on the iPhone and we can see it says, "Hello, how can I help you today? Help me plan a YouTube video about AI tools. Great idea. Here's a video plan that will engage your audience and will provide real value." So just that attention to detail in terms of text is really, really good. Whereas if you come in here, the text just does not look like English at all. So again, GPT is the clear winner over here. So overall, in terms of the YouTube thumbnail, GPT actually wins there. So Nano Banana wins overall by 2 points to 1, but it was honestly super close. And I think the only thing with the e-commerce ad was the fact that the reflections were captured way, way better with Nano Banana in comparison to GPT. But again, if it was a product that maybe didn't have reflections, then potentially GPT could have won there. But overall, considering that Nano Banana 2 is actually older than GPT Image 2, Nano Banana 2 has to take the winner, and I'm sure that Google has a lot more in store for what's to come, and they're going to completely blow GPT Image 2 out of the park. Now, if you run a business, you're probably wondering, where does this actually pay off, and where can you actually leverage image generation? So if you're running an agency, you can use these skills to obviously help with the image generation for YouTube thumbnails, cover images, ad graphics. E-commerce brands, you can obviously leverage this for ad graphics and actually iterating faster on specific ads. If you're a content creator and you're creating a lot of thumbnails and generating a lot of content every single month, you can use this system to generate thumbnails and actually split test different thumbnails a lot faster and a lot more consistently. And you can use this specifically not just for thumbnails, but also cover images on your short form content. And if you're a solo founder, you want to keep the team as lean as possible. Instead of paying $500 to $1,300 a month for freelance designers, you can just set up these skills running through Claude Code to do things autonomously and do things a lot quicker than you would be able to do with a freelance designer. And obviously, instead of giving the designer the feedback, you've essentially got a designer built into Claude Code that you can just use and you can give feedback straight away. So if you create content for your business or for your clients and you're tired of this visual bottleneck, then click the top link in the description below to book in a completely free AI call with myself. I will personally walk through exactly how you can leverage these systems like Claude Code, AI, and automation within your business to save you so many hours of time every single week and tens of thousands of dollars every single month or every single year using AI. And also drop a comment down below telling me your thoughts on this video and what you'd like to see more of in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.